Yeah, no, yeah, no sippy cup out of the Stanley Cup for you this year. Everybody's licking their wounds. That's all right. Everybody feels pretty good for Paul Maurice, though. Yeah, gotta go. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Season 5, Episode 14 of Niagara 411 Live with Lee Sterry. That would be me. We are fueled by Gale's Gas Bars, presented and produced by WeeStreem, supported by Sandra's Home Healthcare, as well as Verge Insurance Group Limited, as well as Ace Alignment and Equal Wellness Services. We thank them all for bringing us here to this beautiful Fiddler's Poorhouse, 149 St. Paul Street in St. Catharines. Come on in, join us for lunch, and yet another edition of Niagara 411 Live with Lee Sterry. A lot of things going on. Yes, in addition to the Stanley Cup thing, it still looms large over everybody, I get it, but there are other things going on in the world. There are a lot of videos that have shown up from all corners of the Niagara region on Niagara 411 Live. We'll be checking on a few of those. In particular, kind of a strange one where a pedestrian just casually breaks a window. Like, wow, that's a pretty powerful elbow you got there. Maybe the Oilers could have used a couple of those in Game 7. I don't know. But nevertheless, here we are for yet another fabulous edition on a pretty nice summer day. A little bit cloudy, a little bit muggy, but not a bad Wednesday in June. And if you want to hang around here, we'll be back in 30 seconds. Hello, here we are, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is our really fancy schmancy Hollywood-style set that you see before you. Hello, here we are at Fiddler's Poorhouse, and glad to have you around for another go-round here. It's been a couple of weeks, but weeks just absolutely fly by here, and just a whole passel of things has taken place over the last couple of weeks. We have lists of things to chat about. Kevin Jack, ladies and gentlemen, is our executive producer of the program here. Kevin is the co-founder of WeeStreem and the executive producer, as I mentioned, of this program. And wanted to mention to you right off the top, and I'm going to do this myself right now, because I'm going to refresh my, I'm watching Facebook. I'm on Niagara 411, and we are streaming on Niagara 411, and I'm just waiting to see it come up here. This is what I want you to do. There we are. So if you're watching Niagara 411, give it a refresh, and then we are live, as we say. Then we would appreciate it if you just click that little button at the bottom that says share, and then share now. Bada bing. That helps us a lot. So we would appreciate it. Not that you're specifically placed on the planet to help us, but we would appreciate it because we figure that we're on this planet to kind of help you as well. And Kevin, welcome to the program. Good to see you again, bud.
Yeah, you as well, Lee. Happy to be here. Happy Wednesday to you. The NHL season is behind us.
Euro Cup
is well underway, and baseball, well, nothing to cheers for the Blue Jays, so just looking forward to the summer ahead. Hey, kids, last day of school today for our kids. I know a lot of the people, last day of school, at least for elementary school, is tomorrow, so congratulations to all the kids and parents for graduating. For my kids, they're moving on from third grade and fifth grade up to fourth and sixth.
My grandson in British Columbia graduated from kindergarten yesterday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey. Next up, university. Okay, and Paul Maurice has been getting so much. I just have to touch on this a little bit because he's a Canadian boy, man. But he seems to be one of the most appreciated or loved or liked, whatever you want to call it, head coaches in the NHL. A lot of people are very, very happy for him as far as being a championship coach in the NHL, and almost more than they're mentioning any of the players. So I think one of the great quotes that he made, I think that's why the media likes him too, is because Paul is he's a soundbite guy. He has some great quotes that come out. And one of the good quotes that came out in one of the conversations after Game 7 was, "We had to lose 3 to learn how to win 4." That's kind of a cool quote. That's like suitable for framing, I guess, if you want to put it that way. Anyway, it would have been nice to have the Cup in Canada, no doubt about it. But great series, Game 7. What are you going to do? Exciting game. Even I, who am not a real dyed-in-the-wool hockey fan, watched that one come down to the wire at 2-1. And you know what? That's professional sport. That's what happens. And Kevin, beyond that, we're going to kick off with that strange story that we have video of that we talked about off the top, where they're at an intersection, and we believe this intersection is in Niagara Falls, right? Yeah, Victoria and Falls Avenue. Like, okay, right down in the touristy area, right in the thick of the action. So here's this. You see this dude right there, sort of gesturing to a dash cam or something like that. Well, before that, there was an incident that we have a short video of, and I mean a very short video, of this guy walking between 2 cars at a crosswalk, between a car and a truck. Right there, bang. It happens so fast. Now, there are some questions here. We don't know. We don't know who's honking. Oh! See, I'm kind of assuming the guy in the red truck is honking. Because the car in front is supposed to be moving. That looks like a rear windshield wipe. Bang! Did you see it? The guy walks by. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here he is. Boom! That's an elbow and a half right there. Kevin, wouldn't you expect the fact that that guy has one very sore elbow today?
I would think so. I wouldn't even consider that. I figured I'd break my elbow.
And maybe he did, but he wasn't showing any ill effects.
So what do you think led up to this? I mean, there's 400 comments. People are speculating. We don't really know because, of course, this is 11 seconds in time that shows this guy smashing out the rear window. But was it a green light and he wasn't moving? Was he parked across the crosswalk and this guy just got upset, as many pedestrians might, saying, "Hey, pal, out of the way"?
It looks to me as a combination of both those things. There's a car. Some sort of, the horn is annoying.
Yeah, I'll dial it down.
Okay, thank you. There is a car that you can see the rear window windshield wiper. That's what it looks like. It's maybe an SUV or something. And it's sitting there. Now, maybe that car has no place to go, but it seems like somebody's honking, and it seems like it might be that red truck behind it trying to get this dude in the forward vehicle to move while the pedestrian comes across, and he's pissed for some reason, maybe because the crosswalk is being blocked, and then decides to give it a nice elbow, and bash goes the window. And probably bashed went his elbow as well.
Yeah, now what do you figure, Lee? If you look closely, right at the very beginning, it looks like the guy in the red truck behind this truck is out of his car. Like right at the very beginning, he's getting back into the vehicle. So why was he even out of the truck in the first place? Was there something happening between the vehicle that got smashed and this pedestrian?
But you have to watch it. You have to watch it and almost stop it frame by frame to be able to see what you're talking about. Because just in that quick 11-second video, you can't really catch the guy out of the car, except right at the
very beginning,
10th of a second.
And I want to see like 5 seconds before this, and I don't want to say 5 seconds after.
Now I think the video was edited. I think that there was probably a bit more at the beginning of that video.
But then, begs the question, how did we get this picture?
Yeah, where did that one come from? So that looks like it would have been coming from the guy in the red truck, because when we're watching the other video, he smashed the window with his right arm, and that is his left arm.
Yeah, now maybe the...
So this looks like it's from the other vantage point. See, that's his right arm right there.
Definitely, you're right.
So then when we see the other video, his backpack is on his left side, and he's doing the...
Yeah, it's definitely his right arm there.
That's his right arm.
The photo, you're right, it's definitely...
And there's the backpack, and that is his left arm.
And it's not a mirror. Like, just so you know, some people might be saying, oh, it's a mirror image.
It's not flip photography. It's actual photography.
Yeah, I mean, that license plate reads proper, and in the video, it also reads proper, right? That
because the
Ford
backpack,
emblem
the backpack is over his left shoulder.
That's weird.
The smash is the right elbow. The hand up in the air is the left hand. So there's a couple of dash cam things working at cross purposes here.
I mean, everybody in the comments pretty much speculating.
Well, we're speculating. There's nothing...
Like when the green light turns on, pedestrians, okay, completely wrong, but maybe the driver.
Yeah, there's nothing obvious there.
But I don't know what would justify smashing out a back window, but there's something would justify.
Yeah, but some people are just goons, Kevin.
No, you're absolutely right. So, when we dig deeper into this, Lee, if you go on to Niagara 411, a lot of people don't know this, across the top, there's a mentions section. Oh,
yes.
You just can't see it on the screen, but it's there.
Yeah.
So when you go into the mentions, all right, you scroll down, and now I'm going to, oh gosh, can I sort this by?
Oh, I don't know.
Usually you can. And this appeared in the mentions from the lady that originally posted it.
Okay.
So I reached out to her, and of course now it's not going to be here, right? That's just the way it goes.
Well, you can never find what you're looking for when you're looking for it. You can only find it when you're not looking for it.
Yeah, so there you go. It's not showing up here.
That's why don't keep looking for love, because you'll never find it. Stop looking for love, and there it will be. Okay. So that was one of the most watched and one of the more confusing situations, and nobody has really stepped up to clarify any of what was going on. One quickie thing I wanted to mention, it was 15, hard to believe that it was 15 years ago today that Michael Jackson died at the age of 50. Now, if there's anything that makes you feel old, for those of us that remember music in the 70s and predominantly the 80s, which was the Michael Jackson decade, 15 years ago that Michael Jackson died at the age of 50. Wow. History does and time does strange things to us. We lost a Canadian, and I don't use this word very often because I think it's an overused word. We lost a Canadian entertainment icon over the past week as well. Donald Sutherland, rest in peace. One of my favorite actors, and I remember him in one of my favorite movies, and he has been in so many. But if somebody asks you, what is the movie that you watched the most over the course of your life, I have two of them. MASH, the original movie MASH, of which Donald Sutherland was one of the stars. I think I saw it maybe 6 times in the theater and a couple of times at home. But just a brilliant actor and a Canadian treasure. So rest in peace, Donald Sutherland. Now the other movie, Kevin.
Just hold on one second.
Okay, I'll hold on 1 second.
About Donald Sutherland, just point of clarification, and I'm not sure, I don't know the answer to this, but was he in the MASH movie but not in the TV show?
Oh, he wasn't in the TV show.
Okay, but he was just in the movie.
It was the MASH movie.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other movie that I watched, it was out about the same time, was Robert Redford, Paul Newman, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I saw that one 5 or 6 times in the theater as well. Now, has this point not been lost maybe on some people? But you know the spacecraft that took the 2 astronauts up to the space station, Kevin? The Boeing one? The Starliner? You know the two astronauts' names? Butch and Sonny.
No way.
Yes.
Are they hand-chosen?
Butch and Sonny. Now, you might pronounce it Suni. It's S-U-N-I, but...
Come on.
I'm talking Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid from like 1970 or something like that. And we've got Butch and Sonny on an aircraft going up.
So I knew it was Paul Newman and Robert Redford. I've never seen Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Oh. It's a classic. What planet are you on?
Where does Donald Sutherland fit into this?
He was in MASH.
No, but was he in Butch Cassidy?
No.
Oh, okay.
Those are my two favorite movies.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought maybe he was in there.
No.
Well, then I'll take him off the screen.
Kevin, if you're going to produce the show, you got to pay attention.
Oh, there, he's gone now. He's gone. Donald Sutherland's gone.
Now, one other thing I didn't mention to you, Kevin, but I just came across it before we went to air. The last 2 or 3 shows, we've been talking about Charlie the Tortoise. Remember this?
Yes.
All right. Well, as far as I know, Charlie is still missing. He is in the Tortoise Hall of Fame somewhere, and I don't know where, but he either wandered away, kind of scuttled away, or was stolen from a tortoise rescue farm in Shirkston. Well, popping up on my feed today was the story. Just a quick acknowledgement. We're talking about anniversaries and things of that nature. Jonathan the Tortoise turned 188 years old today. Jonathan the Tortoise is the oldest living land animal today at 188 years old. So we miss you, Charlie, but happy birthday to Jonathan, wherever you are. I don't even know where he celebrated his birthday.
I mean, is this him here? He's got his own Facebook page.
Jonathan the Tortoise,
yeah, he's 189. So
189? I thought it was 88, but that's okay.
Who verifies this?
Jonathan the Tortoise group.
Well, Jonathan Torrens comes up for Jonathan.
Not to be confused with.
Who, by the way, one of my favorite Canadian comedic actors of all time. Jonathan Torrens, and I know that we've got a bunch of them, but
wow, are we ever confusing everybody? We got Donald Sutherland now in Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, which never happened, and maybe the TV show, which never happened. We got Butch and Sonny now spending time at the space station, and we're confusing Jonathan the Tortoise with Jonathan Torrens. Folks, if you can keep track without a scorecard of this program today, you're better than I am. Okay, so let us spend just a moment and chat about our sponsors, who are just gems of Niagara, for putting up with what we do and supporting it with their bank accounts. To Gales Gas Bars Limited, thank you so much for being our headline sponsor and fueling this program, and you really do, and you really have done for the last number of years. And of course, they are an LGBTQ friendly community location and business, and which means that it is a safe haven for both employees and customers alike, should that be required, and especially in this Pride Month. So thank you for Gales Gas Bars Limited for doing that. Sandra's Home Healthcare. It's been a few programs now that Sandra and her team have sponsored this program. We appreciate it so much. Experience and exceptional care at home with Sandra's Home Healthcare, from hospital hustle to home comfort, where care is just a call away. Enhancing lives with tailored home healthcare services, from personal care, medication management, to specialized medical assistance 24/7 if necessary. Sandra's Home Healthcare, it's just a call away, and they're located at a very convenient place right in the St. Catharines Hospital on 4th Avenue, part of Niagara Healthcare Systems, and can easily provide that kind of stressful transition from hospital to home in a family-like way. So
we should highlight this here, Lee. I mean, there's Sandra right at the hospital location, with Reginald, who is the winner of their scooter giveaway.
Oh yeah, super!
Nice.
Yeah, Reginald, winner of that scooter giveaway, thrilled that he will now have the much-needed transportation to get around. His story touched our hearts. We're excited to see how this scooter will positively impact his life. So thanks, Sandra's Home Healthcare, for that.
Sandra's an incredibly positive person.
Man, she is.
And I mean,
having donated a massively expensive piece of equipment to the healthcare system here in Niagara a couple of weeks ago, and being part of this program, we really do appreciate it.
Way to go, Sandra.
Yeah. Verge Insurance Group, thank you so much for being here as well. Mark Shirk and Blake, they quietly go about their sponsorship with us. We never hear a peep from them as far as anything that they're concerned about with what we do or how we do it. And they're just constantly there, ticking away in the background, and we appreciate them. So for your home, auto, business, life insurance requirements, check out Verge Insurance Brokers Limited. For whatever your needs, they'll match your needs and they'll find you the best value that you can get for your insurance dollar. Ace Alignment as well. It was a big week out at Merrittville Speedway, which of course is part of the huge history of Ace Alignment over many years. They had a Hall of Fame presentation at Merrittville out there. Our pal Eric Thomas was inducted into that Merrittville Hall of Fame and the Racing Hall of Fame in Canada again. And of course, Janice Purdy is Eric's wife and the proud proprietor of Ace Alignment, and many years and a lot of history with Merrittville Speedway here in Niagara. So we thank them for being a part of the show. Also, a tip of the hat to Darren Miller and Matt Crompton, the head and senior mechanics respectively at Ace Alignment, located on North Street in St. Catharines, right downtown, just behind the police station off Welland Avenue. Wheel alignments, brakes, suspension, MTO inspection, accreditation, front end repairs, oil changes, you name it. Ace Alignment is the place to go. And Audrey the Foot Nurse and her brand new clinic, 365 Vine Street in St. Catharines between Scott and Carlton. Equal Wellness Services. Audrey known for many years and still is as Audrey the Foot Nurse, and that is where her care began. So many people, including myself, have regular foot care visits there, but she specializes in all kinds of foot care, including those post-cancer patients, which it's a very detailed and very complicated thing that cancer patients and ex-cancer patients, post-cancer patients have to go through, as well as diabetes and all the things that come with that, which is it's a huge list of things that she can look after for you there. Also looking for some practitioners. They have a couple of clinic rooms available. At least I think they do. I meant to check with Audrey actually yesterday to see if she has filled up any one of those rooms, but she always is looking to hear from people in the field of reflexology or neuropathy, homeopaths, dermatologists, etc., because she has space in her clinic and would like to build that kind of a community in her place, 365 Vine Street, and we thank her for coming on as a recent sponsor as well. So that's a big part of what helps us help inform Niagara, which is how this show was conceived in the very beginning. Niagarans for Niagara, in Niagara. And of course, it would not have happened if it were not for Kevin Jack, my executive producer here and co-owner, along with Brandon Scram, of WeeStreem, Canada's premier streaming service. And that is a smooth segue, Kevin, into something that you spent a fair bit of time with over the past week, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about WeeStream's big week. It was DSBN had kind of a cool week this week, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. For the last, I think, 5 or 6 years. I mean, the pandemic was in there as well, right? It's hard to say, but I think dating back to 2017, WeeStream has partnered with the DSBN Academy, which is the former West Park Secondary School. It's got children from all over. Say children, but they graduated last night, and it's a real coming of age and maturation process. And we were there live streaming the graduation last night at the Sean O'Sullivan Theatre at Brock University, and I'll get to some of that footage. Yeah. Last week, we were brought out to Midland to help with the Denturist Association of Ontario, and tomorrow, everybody will be anxious to see this. We are partnering with the city of Port Colborne And it's their big media launch tomorrow for Canal Days.
Right.
So we'll find out who the bands are going to be, who's playing the big stage, and that press conference goes live tomorrow at 11 a.m., and you can find it on all of your regular socials.
It's something that I have I sometimes scratch my head about, in the fact that this concept of social media platforms and streaming has been around for a while now, and yet it is surprising to me the number of people that I run into that still, Kevin, don't really understand what it is that we're doing, what it is that you're doing, how many different ways your service can be used. For example, you mentioned the Denturists Association in Midland. Okay, would you have thought when you're sitting around home just having a glass of vino or something, thinking, there's a Denturist Association? Okay, fine. And they have a meeting. Okay, that probably makes sense. And where they have it? Well, they're having it in Midland. That's a nice time of year to have a meeting in Midland, cottage country, and it's beautiful with the lakes and the trees and all the rest of it. But what's this streaming thing? Why are we doing the streaming thing? And Kevin, it all boils down to is being able to reach people that you would like to have there, but you can't have them all there.
Yeah, it's difficult to get. I mean, they have
wrap your head around it.
They have a membership that exceeds 500. So trying to get all 500 people, and of course they still have to run their businesses and what have you, so it's just not tenable. But of course, by bringing in a hybrid company like ourselves, we can make sure that those in person and those attending virtually have a similar experience, and everybody can interact, and everybody, of course, can vote and weigh in on some of the measures that they're talking about. And I mean, similarly, here we are last night at Sean O'Sullivan Theatre, Brock University. And, I'm really hoping that in years ahead, WeeStream is live streaming dozens of high school graduation ceremonies. I'll tell you this, we do reach out to, this year, I wrote an email to every single one of the high schools at the DSBN, and yet DSBN Academy is the only one that we've been live streaming. And, here you go, you can hear some from last night.
Logan is being awarded the Brock Leaders Citizenship Society Bursary and the Kenneth Simon Rose Scholarship.
So as we work through it, for schools and also for parents and family, it checks so many boxes. Friends and family that are unable to be here in person, and that just doesn't have to do with scheduling. That has to do with, we move all over the world now. The world has become smaller and smaller and smaller in our lifetime. So of course we're going to have families in all corners of the world, and all of them could watch it live, and not only live, they can watch it the next day. So all of these grads can go and watch themselves, cross and receive their diplomas and their scholarships. We're so happy to do it for DSBN Academy, and we just hope that we can do it for more schools, more families, more friends, more loved ones, more faculty. You talk about nowadays, Lee, all the different inhibitions and social anxieties and mobility issues.
Yes.
There's also capacity issues.
And the cost of travel.
So just by adding this one element of live streaming, it checks so many boxes on the administrative side, and then also the effort that staff put into their graduation ceremonies, and then to not have a record of it seems very disappointing.
Well, this is where I was going to go. In the olden days, back when dinosaurs like me were watching their children graduate, and we were graduating and having important events in our lives, it relied on somebody with a camera to click and then get it developed and then maybe send copies to relatives or whatever, and then it was that was it. If you didn't review your photo albums or whatever it was in your day, then or keep your own, when things move forward, keep your own video that you took on your own cell phone somewhere. It was always parents sort of kneeling down in the aisles taking a picture of their kid getting the diploma or whatever the hell it was. But today, these archives are there in perpetuity. They're there forever. They don't go anywhere.
Absolutely.
And that is the beauty of being able to live the lives of your friends and family in real time whenever you want. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a valuable tool, and you know what? I encourage anybody, if you're involved at the high school level or even the elementary school level, and you have some influence, reach out to us or suggest. It doesn't even matter if it's our company, to be honest. Just suggest that your graduation ceremonies are live streams.
And streaming, but the streaming the way WeeStream does it is not just getting cousin Biff with a camera on a tripod hitting record and leaving it there. There are nuances. These are productions like a television with multi-$1,000 cameras would do at 10, 50 times the cost. These are professional productions.
Yeah, we're very proud of the work that we do. We're very situated for events exactly like this, and we just hope that, like I said, in years ahead, that we're streaming more than just the DSBN Academy. But thank you for allowing us to shed a light on that. And again, tomorrow, be looking for WeeStream. We're behind the scenes, so you won't even know we're doing it. But the big announcement tomorrow starts at 11 a.m. as to what we're going to see on stage and everything else for Canal Days 2024 down in Port Colborne. Lee, we're talking about down in Port Colborne, but up in the sky. I know we wanted to touch on this.
Okay, yeah. First of all, there were reports coming from all various corners of Niagara about unidentifiable aircraft. Well, they were identifiable. It's not like alien. But there were some pretty interesting planes flying over Niagara. And is this that kind of plane? Is this a F-14 kind of plane? Where is all this coming from? Well, apparently, there it is. Right? It's the Italian air show team. First of all, who knew that Italy had an air show team? Not me. And second of all, what the heck are they doing here? So it was like one of those, okay, wait a minute. Italian air show team, non sequitur, and Italian air show team in Niagara. Okay, but yes, they were. And they put on quite a show for us, even though we didn't expect to see a show, did we?
I did see a post about it. I think the account for Niagara Falls Mayor Jim Diodati posted something about a day in advance saying, hey guys, just so you know, this is upcoming. But apparently, according to Nick, this coming weekend, they're performing at Trenton. Now, what I wonder is, these planes had to get here from Italy. So do they just fly across the Atlantic in these guys? Or
why wouldn't they?
I don't know. It's just...
I'm not going to put a plane on a plane.
And do they fly the whole way like that? In formation?
Oh, I doubt that. I don't think they're colorful all the way. That's a lot of smoke to blow off across the Atlantic. But I'm sure they all came. And Trenton, of course. Trenton is celebrating... I'm trying to think now. I read this, and it's not coming to me. But they're there for some sort of celebration or inauguration or acknowledgement of an event or an anniversary or something at Trenton. Are they not? Because Trenton, of course, along with Cold Lake, Alberta, which is the home of the snowbirds. But is it Cold Lake, Alberta? I think so. One of those cold lakes in where the snowbirds come out of. But Trenton, as far as a military base in Canada, is probably one of, if not the most recognized Air Force bases, Canadian Forces bases, Air Force in the country.
That's some cool imagery coming.
Oh, that is.
These are all the amateur photogs, right? Because everybody across Niagara can see these.
Now, those are the colors of the Italian flag, are they not?
I think it's Ireland if you're looking the other way.
What? Get out.
No, Ireland and Italy always so close.
Yeah, but no,
that's the orange and the red.
Why would the Italians be flying an Irish flag? You silly goose.
But everybody was...
Yeah, see?
Somebody put up the Irish flag. There you go. Well, there's all kinds of... all kinds of great... there's still photography.
Now, we use the Tudor, a Tudor training plane, as the snowbirds' stunt plane of choice. It looks like a similar plane that the Italians use, but I'm not sure.
Saw lots of videos in here.
Now,
it's
if
really
you can,
cool.
while Kevin's scrolling through this, let me mention to you that this is indeed an open show. We have no planned guests today. In the summertime, we kind of take it a little bit easy.
No, that's a lie. We got planned guests today.
We do?
Yeah, we got two. We got Dave DeRocco coming up here in about 5 minutes.
You didn't tell me this.
To talk about, well, I'm telling you now. to talk about the Neil Peart Memorial.
Oh, we got Neil Peart. DeRocco.
Yeah, so the Neil Peart Memorial, and a big step this week because artist renderings were released by the city of St. Catharines to kind of give us a vision of what they're looking at down in Port Dalhousie and Lakeside Park.
Okay, fine.
And then after 1 o'clock, we're going to be joined by this guy, Chris. I think we talked about 3 or 4 years ago, and he cuts hair just at Blackbeards. I'm pointing because he's just down the road.
Yes.
But he recently took top prize in a barbershop competition in Toronto. So that's kind of cool. Gold medal barbershop guy right around the corner. But what the heck is a barbershop contest or barber? What do you do? I don't know.
We'll return to that in a moment. Where I was going...
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. Where I was going was the fact that you can... Let me rephrase. We don't have that many pre-scheduled guests today, so we do have room for you if you would like to come on and answer some of these questions like where's Charlie the Tortoise now? Or who knew about the Italian air show team? And what kind of planes they're flying and that kind of stuff. If you know these answers, you can participate by clicking on the link at the bottom of the feed stream that you are watching right now on Niagara 411 Live with Sterry. It will click you, as long as you have a working, be it a phone or computer or whatever, camera and microphone, it'll click you into our green room and we can have a conversation and you can enlighten us. Now, here's the other thing. We call it Niagara 411 Live with Sterry, and it is. And there are no sacred cows here, as they call them on the show. We are open and transparent. That's a word that's overused today, but in our case, we really are transparent, and I'm going to prove it right now. Normally, what Kevin and I will do is, like, we're sharp as a steel trap, right? Right. By the time we get going, we know what's going on. We know the host, and we get other thing, and we know the guests, and we know the this and all the rest of it. Well, about 25 minutes, maybe a half an hour before airtime, Kevin, totally understandably, when he left his office, had picked up a piece of equipment, an iPad, that was not maybe the right piece of equipment.
Yeah, I took a blunder on that one.
Yeah, so what did he have to do? A half an hour. This is what happens behind the scenes in showbiz, folks. This happens a lot. But I'm sharing now with you. I'm taking you on a trip behind the curtain. So Kevin now has to fly out of here, down to his office, which is about 20 minutes away on a good day, longer on a heavy traffic day. And so when we got back and got everything plugged in and got everything ready to go and all the rest of it, we missed the opportunity to do one thing. That is review the lineup of guests that we almost always do. But we can't say that anymore because we didn't do it today. So that's why I had egg on my face earlier when I said we didn't have any guests today. So that's the truth. That's total transparency. That's how we roll.
All right. Well, I'll let you know then, as we are live on the air here, that our first guest, Dave DeRocco, is ready to go.
Okay.
He is the chair of the Neil Peart Memorial Task Force. Renderings just came out. They got a fundraising goal, and I'll let you get to it.
Yeah, I will. Okay. How are you, mate? Good to see you.
I'm good. Well, it's good to be welcomed. I tuned in, and I thought I might not be a guest today.
Kevin, could you increase the volume there a little bit maybe for me? We chatted with you, I don't know, it must be well over a year ago now, I think, the last time that we had a conversation. And the Neil Peart's conversation and memorial and recognition has been, might I use the term, dragging on for a while. It perhaps has not gone with the lightning speed that you would have liked in the beginning.
Well, that's a fair thing to say. I wouldn't say dragging on, only because we know that rush songs are very long and we don't think they drag on. But yes, absolutely, this process had to run into a couple of snags along the way that certainly, thwarted our fundraising efforts.
Right.
But we've got everything in place now, and we're almost ready to go 100%.
Awesome. And kudos to you and your team and your committees and whatnot for pushing this forward. So where are we right now with the project? What elements are in place, and how can we help you move forward? What are next steps as well? So bring us up to date to where we are, and then what next steps are.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that sort of altered our focus a little bit was we wanted to have donation opportunities for fans. We had the artwork all done. We knew where it was going to be placed in Lakeside Park. But we weren't ready to go fully public yet because we wanted to build in opportunities for fans to be a part of this. Absolutely, we need their support because this project is 100% fan funded. The city of St. Catharines is not donating money to this project.
Right.
So we wanted to build in some donation threshold that would be, at a comfortable financial level for the average fan, but also give them an opportunity to be part of this memorial forever. So we've recently established a couple of donation thresholds, and what that allows fans to do is to leave a message we've got 10 panels as part of the installation, and these will be for fans only, where you can leave a message, you can put your concert stuff up there, maybe you own a red barchetta, or maybe Temples of Syrinx was your wedding song. We want you to submit these memories, and then you will have a space on these panels as long as the statue is up there.
Looks beautiful. And I know that these are what Kevin referred to them earlier as artist renderings, but with the help of computer-generated images and the artwork that goes into it, that's a pretty lifelike looking presentation that we have it on the screen right now, showing what the genesis of this concept is going to be. It really is a beautiful piece of art, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that was part of the goal too. I think Neil Peart and his family and bandmates would be aghast if we had just dropped a big statue of Neil into the park. Some real thought went into this. The winning bids, the artist group, Morgan McDonald and his team have really captured the essence of Neil, not with one statue, but two. And with the video, this is one of the things we were waiting for, just to develop these assets so that people can get a real sense of what this is. And it's not just for Rush fans. To your point, it really is a beautiful public art piece.
It is, and what I like about what we've seen in this presentation is the fact that it really does enhance the park. It fits the feel of the park, which of course I guess artists and planners, etc., that's obviously a goal when they put any sort of artwork or sculpture in a space. You want it to complement the space, and this really seems to make the park better, I think.
It really does, and we're not taking up a lot of the prime geography of the park. We're kind of tucked towards adjacent to the pier. One of the things we're really happy about is the location is also sort of under the shade of a giant willow tree that will not be sacrificed for this art piece. And anyone who knows the lyrics to Lakeside Park knows that Willows in the Breeze is a big component of that song and that imagery. So, we're kind of tucked between the Neil Peart Pavilion in that little open space there. As you walk into Lakeside Park, you'll be met with a young, idealistic Neil statue full of all kinds of imagery from his younger days. And then you meander through the path where you'll see all these panels of memories from fans, hopefully around the world. And then you wind up at the second piece, which is Neil, the wizened old sage, kind of at the end of his journey, with all kinds of really intricate imagery woven into the art piece that will certainly attract fans for a long period of time.
So, Dave, how much is required yet financially to move forward, and what is the time frame before this becomes a reality and we can actually see it in the flesh?
Well, the donation portal has been open all this time, and we have collected about $70,000 in donations. I think the last time we talked, I kind of alluded to the fact that maybe if you want to hold off a little bit on your donation until we had established these thresholds, was probably a good idea. So we've got almost the entirety of the $1 million we still have to raise, but we're really going out in earnest in September around Neil's birthday. You can donate now. The donation thresholds are there, clearly marked on the website. Video is there now, so you can really see what the piece is all about.
Okay.
But come September around Neil's birthday, it's really when we're going to launch internationally. So if you are, a fan, I would get it early. Yeah. Sorry,
didn't mean to cut you off. Because my audio is clipping a little bit, so I missed some things. But so we're looking at September of this year as a possibility.
Well, we're 100%. Neil's birthday is September 12th. We're planning sort of a real official fundraising launch.
Oh, okay.
We're working right now behind the scenes to secure some of the bigger donations so that when we do launch in September, we'll probably have some good news, and we won't hopefully be at that, 993,000.
Wow, that's great. Well, keep us in the loop every step of the way, and we'll check in with you from time to time and get a progress report and an update on how things are going. And again, kudos to you and your group for keeping your pedal to the metal on this thing.
Yeah, well, it's a drum pedal, so that's good.
Yeah,
and,
I was going to say.
If you are interested, go to stcatharines.ca/Neil Peart and look for the video in the donation page.
Okay. Kevin's
just throwing it up on the website, or sorry, on the screen here now. And just one question I want to talk about the international impact of Rush. I mean, while they're huge in Canada, they are huge around the world. Have you been able to contact Rush supporters around the world? I would think $1 million to pay homage to Neil Peart from all the Rush fans would not be difficult. It might be tough coming from Niagara, but what is the international appeal to what it is you're doing?
Well, it's definitely an international project. We've kind of held off tapping into Rush.com, which is really, the website administered by Rush's PR manager, to go out to those fans. When Getty and Alex get involved in fundraising, for example, they did an auction, I think a month or two ago, for a charity in Toronto, and somebody paid over $200,000 just to have dinner with those guys. So we're hoping that once we do go officially out to the entire worldwide Rush community, that yes, we're kind of hoping that $1 million won't be tough.
Yeah.
Especially given the fact that you can have some real geography as a fan on this art piece.
Okay. Thanks for coming back, and again, thanks for sticking in there, because this has been something that's been going for a while, and I know there are some out there that might have been a little bit frustrated by it, but these things are never easy, especially when you want to make sure that you're not putting this at the foot of the taxpayer, and all those other things. So it's great. And I know that when it's up there, it'll be visited by many over the years.
It'll be a destination, absolutely. And thank you for the support and the ongoing support and your patience. We know it's been 4 years since Neil passed. And,
yeah. Even Charlie the tortoise gets where he's going sooner or later. Dave DeRocco, thank you so much. Keep up the good work, and I know we'll talk again soon.
Thanks. Have a great Canada Day weekend.
Yeah, and you as well, my friend. Take care. All right, Kevin. Who was the lady? Do you remember? Hello?
Donna Halper.
I knew that you knew where I was going with this. Their record rep and agent, and she was basically the discoverer of Rush, from obviously many years ago. And we chatted with her. Gosh, it's got to be 2 years ago now, Kevin, at least.
Yeah, I think so.
And she was the woman. She's a hoot too. She's a character. Lives in the U.S. And we had her on and chatted about the history of the discovery and the road to success and the road from pauper to riches to pauper again and back. And there she is, there with Getty and friends. It's like I would love to chat with her again as this project gets a little bit closer. Maybe they'll have her back at some sort of unveiling ceremony or something. Because she was basically the driving force behind marketing this group.
Yeah, wasn't she? I think she was on the air at a radio station in Cleveland. Is that right?
Something like that.
I mean, I know I'm totally butchering the story, and there
Me
are
too.
so many deep-rooted Rush fans here in Niagara.
Me
but I think
too.
this is one of the early press photos of her with the band. When all of a sudden Rush is like, "What's this? We're getting popular."
If it weren't for her, it would have been. I mean, they might have got a record deal, and been just as famous or whatever, because they're talented guys. But if it had not been for her at that time, they wouldn't have had the notoriety at that time that they did, and a springboard to the fame that Rush enjoyed. Donna Halper, yeah. Thank you for that, Kevin, because I was thinking about her earlier today, and I could not conjure up her name.
Yeah. No, that's
But-
her there, Donna
Yeah.
Halper.
Yeah.
Very significant.
And what a character, too.
Oh, absolutely, Lee. I know you wanted to touch on this this car into a building.
Yep. Every now and then, this happened, and not exactly sure of the details, except for the fact that in Port Colborne, that car ended up under the porch of that house. The driver has been, as I understand it, charged with impaired driving plus, well, other things.
They got impaired. I know that.
Huh?
Definitely charged with impaired.
No, definitely charged with impaired. But what we don't know, or what we didn't know at press time, if you will, is whether that house belonged to that car. Was it the car's driver just trying to go to bed without getting out of the car, or was it somebody else's house altogether? I'm not sure. It would have been nice to actually see kind of an overhead shot to try to envision from where the car came to end up where it did. And I've seen enough of these pictures over the years to realize that if I ever do buy another home, I will make sure that I do not buy the home at the end of a cross street.
Yeah, like a T intersection.
Never.
No.
Never, ever, ever. Or at the end of a circle. Or at the end of anything where if a car doesn't turn, it hits your house. Never, ever buy one of those houses.
Now,
I'm not saying that's what happened here. Maybe the guy had to work hard to get there. I don't know.
Now, Lee, we got this going on right now in Niagara Falls. Like, as you see, Nick posted this 15 minutes ago.
6410 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls. Vehicle on fire next to a building, now fully... Oh, gee. So the car is on fire, and it now has engaged the house?
Let's take a look here. Thank you, Sherry.
Oh, my.
So that's not really truck into house.
No, it's a truck parked beside a house. How would that fire have started? Was the truck running? Was it parked? But what is on that sign on the fence? Can we tell? I can't tell what that writing is on the whatever that banner is.
So maybe the home business or something?
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, I'd say that's a fully involved house fire at this point.
Yeah. Montrose Road.
Okay, people might recognize that sign there, some sort of Peart sign, so it's right next door to that.
Yeah. Oh, that's got to bother you if you're in that neighborhood. And
so thank you, Cher. I mean, here's Bethany saying she can see it from. I mean, that's what QEW right there.
Yeah,
it's QEW coming up to the 420. She can see it.
Oh yeah, that's where you go either into the falls or over to Lundy's Lane or over to Montrose and up to Lundy's Lane.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh boy.
That's not good because those are older homes. Those homes look like they're rather flammable as well. No, the
home looks flammable to you?
It's kind of mainly wood, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
It's not a brick house.
No, you're right.
Whoa. Hello.
By the way, speaking of, and you know what? I should have talked about this, but we also had that tech mishap. I went and saw Lionel Richie a couple Saturdays ago.
Lionel Richie, yes.
And he did Brick House.
I love the Commodore song, Brick House.
He did a medley of Commodore songs and then did a full-length version, just of Brick House.
I'll tell you something else from my generation. My wife and I went to see Roger Daltrey at the big OLG theater. Roger Daltrey, of course, the lead singer of the band The Who from back in the day. And I'll tell you, this guy is 80 years old, and he has a voice that is strong and clear, his range is still there. I was absolutely blown away. There he is there. I was absolutely blown away by his talent and ability still at his age. And the band, he had about a 12-piece band, fabulous musicians. And when they did those big Who productions, of course, the three main Who songs that became themes for the CSI shows, those were the most popular. Who are you? You know, those things. And he was right on note. I was amazed. I went there with very low expectations, and we were kind of making, probably inappropriate jokes about an 80-year-old guy coming on to sing rock songs and stuff, but totally blew me away. My opinion of what I was about to see completely changed. He raised the bar of reunion-type tours very, very high. If you ever get a chance to see this guy sing, go. He was terrific. And his warm-up singer, an Irish gal. You might remember this, Kevin. More of a current singer than Roger Daltrey. Katie Tunstall.
Oh yeah, Katie Tunstall.
Yeah, was his warm-up act. She did about a half an hour, 40-minute set before he came on, and she was one-girl band. She had all her stuff recorded and high-tech and stuff, and man, was she good. So
she does that one song, what is it, Little Black Horse at a Cherry Tree or something?
Exactly.
I'll always love that song.
Exactly, and she did sing that song and a couple of her other hits and some other new things, but she was entertaining. That was the one thing that I noticed about Daltrey as well, is he didn't just get up there and stand there and sing like a statue. He engaged with the audience. He had fun. There was some salty language included in there. He says, at one point, he says, "I apologize for my language, but I'm from Shepherd's Bush," which is a community in East London, England, of course. And he was a blast. He was just a lot of fun and a great talent. And I was not paid to do this review either. Like, he owes me nothing.
Yeah, Lee, and I mean, just while we're on that vein, we got to see Earth, Wind, and Fire actually opened up for Lionel Richie.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And I would say, all time, I've got two soft spots for two songs that I think can always get me dancing. And one would be September.
Absolutely.
By Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Absolutely.
And they closed with September, so I got to see September perform live with lots of energy, great performances. Love that song. In fact, when Leanne and I got married, the only instruction we had for the DJ was once we're done with the dances and it's time to get the party started, play September as the first song.
Okay.
And that was it, because everybody wants to dance to that song. And then the other song, again, Soft Spot, All Night Long by Lionel Richie.
Oh, for
and
sure.
And he came out for the encore and did probably a 10 or 12-minute version of All Night Long. And both those songs, I know they're steeped in 70s and 80s and what have you.
Yeah, but that was
still,
their era.
I think they stand the test of time, and I love those two songs.
One of the greatest composers of popular music over the last 20, 30 years is Lionel Richie, and he wrote some good dance stuff like All Night Long, but he wrote some beautiful, beautiful love songs as well, some of them with the Commodores. 3 Times a Lady, I think, was probably one of the most beautiful songs ever written. And when I was playing music for weddings and all sorts of things, that was one of the songs that always filled the dance floor. You know, once, twice, 3 times.
Oh, he did it. He
Boom.
did. Yeah, he did 3 Times a Lady. The only popular one that Lionel didn't do was Lady, which is also a Kenny Rogers hit.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't touch that one, but everything else. And I mean, what a showman. He still had it, 70-something. But, you know, what else do you open a concert with other than Hello?
Oh, yeah.
So he opens with Hello, closes with All Night Long, and nothing but hit after hit in between. So
good stuff.
I'm glad you had fun at Roger Daltrey.
Yeah.
We had fun at Lionel Richie, and isn't it great living in Niagara where we have access 15 minutes away to OLG stage. You know, I'm 50 minutes to an hour to, and then Meridian Center and all the shows that are going on there. Jelly Roll is coming. I don't know if you saw that.
He's an interesting cat, that fellow. And once you get past the rather shocking level of tattoos and piercings and things that this guy has, once you dig down a little bit deeper, there's a lot of talent in that big man called Jelly Roll. He's quite a talent, and probably a worthwhile view.
I hope you got tickets, Lee, because you slide over to the Meridian Center site, and there you go. Sold
out. Not surprised at all. Yeah, some really good acts. Very, very entertaining people coming around. And there's some other things that we were going to go. Oh, one of the things that I don't know why this is going on, but Lincoln has been the victim of some vandalism on more of a continual basis over the last little while. We had an ATV thing that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, where there was all kinds of a golf course was.
That was a Bench Brewing.
A Bench Brewing, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I drove by there, Lee. It's brutal. It's brown grass all up and down the perimeter.
And then this at a park in Lincoln, where vandals were defacing light standards and just generally ripping apart whatever they could possibly do in the area of Connor and Stadelbauer as a result of a damage call. Cops came out, light standards and all sorts of things being damaged, and I'm not sure where these cretins come from or what the point is. However, but as always, the police is looking for any kind of information that you might have, or someone with a doorbell camera, dash cam or something. But now it's in a park at night, so what are the chances? I don't know. But if you have any of that sort of equipment, check it out and see if you might have something on tape for there. And I don't know why these areas tend to get focused on, but Lincoln's had their more than fair share of some vandalism over the last little while. Want to mention our sponsors once again. You can see them along the bottom of our screen, of course. There is our major sponsor, Gales Gas Bars, that fuel this program without reservation on a regular basis. And their CEO, Jessica Friesen, has been featured in numerous articles in convenience store magazines, etc., over the last little while for the work they do and the service they provide, not only on the gas and petroleum services and supplies side, but also in the convenience store side as well. And we thank them for being a huge, huge part of Niagara, not just a huge part of this program. And congratulations to Jessica, her family, and their employees for doing such a great job and continuing to set that bar so high for locally owned business in Niagara. Sandra's Home Healthcare, home care the way you would want to be looked after, even if by a family member. They are very, very special people, and they were established, just to give you a bit of a background, Sandra's Home Healthcare was established back in 2005. So they've been going a good long while now, with a strong commitment to compassionate care. They take immense pride in providing clients with dignified, that's an important word, dignified support services that enable them to remain in the comfort of their own home for as long as they desire. They prioritize the individual's needs. Preferences of our clients are utmost. They ensure that their certified team of PSWs possess the necessary tools and expertise to address whatever those needs are 24/7 if necessary. And there's an important word that I went over very quickly earlier, and that is certified. When Kevin and I were having a chat with Sandra before she began sponsoring the program, she was explaining to us that as the regulations for personal service workers, personal care workers changes, there will be fewer and fewer companies with workers that are certified properly to be able to do this work. But all of those workers, the PSWs with Sandra's Home Healthcare, are certified, and her company meets the highest bar to be met with any regulations that exist in that industry. Because home health care was a real focus during COVID. It became a real dog's breakfast of problems during that era, and they're starting to unravel some of those things and hopefully get us back to a consistent healthcare environment. But Sandra's Home Healthcare has no issue meeting any of those requirements or setting any of those bars. So we're happy to have them part of the show. They're a really good partner for us, and that's great. Verge Insurance Group, home, life, auto, business insurances, whatever your insurances needs, they are a one-stop shop when it comes to trying to find the best prices, the best deal, the best coverage for whatever your insurance needs are. Ace Alignment, of course, our friends Janice Purdy and Darren and the gang at Ace Alignment, as well as Matt, for any and all automotive needs. And this is, it's really a cool place. It's just a small shop. It's located on North Street in St. Catharines, right downtown, just off Geneva Street, behind the police station on Welland, just tucked in around behind there. Really a cool spot. Wheel alignments, brakes, suspension, MTO inspections and certifications, etc. All makes and models of vehicles. Check them out. Ace Alignment. Thanks for being here. Audrey the Foot Nurse, anything and everything you have ever wanted to know about feet. My gosh, she's a foot encyclopedia on the hoof. Equal Wellness Services, 365 Vine Street, her new location, and they are going to be offering various forms of holistic health care type services, be it reflexology, etc. Equal Wellness Services, 365 Vine Street. Check them out. And again, expertise, her core expertise is foot care, be it diabetic, post-cancer patient care, etc. She's got it all covered. So thank you also to Audrey, Equal Wellness Services. And I would be remiss, of course, if I didn't mention Kevin Jack and WeeStreem, executive producer of the program. Kevin and along with Brandon Scram had a vision a number of years ago. This is season 6 or 7 by now for WeeStream of bringing this product, bringing this system, bringing this opportunity to any business, any event, any city, any organization that needs to reach an audience that might not want to come to them or might not be able to come to them. We can take you to them. And that's what WeeStream does. and it's and they do it well. High tech. If you're watching CNN or God forbid Fox or any of those other places, these professional TV networks, ABC, CBS, whatever it is, I would defy you to find a better, more polished product when it comes to streaming viewing or television viewing than what WeeStreem does.
Thank you, Lee.
You're welcome.
Trying to get lined up with Chris, just having some tech issues down at Blackbeards. Gosh, I should just go down there and say, hey, come join us in person. He won first prize in a barbershop competition.
A barb-off?
A barb-off, yeah, a barb-off.
A barber-off.
So you know what? I just noticed that he did join the Zoom room, so I'll get him lined up. And Lee, in the interim, maybe you want to touch on this one here. A couple kids had their bikes stolen at the YMCA.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, sure, but it's just not good, right?
You know, it would be one thing if the youngsters parked their bikes and went into the Y and left them unattended and were careless, as some young people can be, but that is not the case here. The post is, I'm hoping you might be able to share this photo with the 411 community, as Nick did. Hi to Nick, by the way. Pleasure working with you as always, and to Nick's mom. Happy to have you here. My 14-year-old son's brand new bike was stolen from the YMCA last night, along with his best friend's bicycle. Both bikes were locked. So, someone put in the effort to intentionally rip off a couple of good kids. They're devastated. We have filed a police report, but are hopeful someone might know something and come forward with information. So, if your son or friends of your son or daughter or somebody in your neighborhood happens to show up with a bike like that maybe you're not familiar with having seen them with before, you might want to go, I wonder if that could be the bike. I don't know. But there's one of the stolen units right there. Nice bike. 14-year-old kid. Probably his pride and joy.
That's your lifeline at that age, right?
Well, especially when it's brand new. I mean, this is like buying your first car, for heaven's sake. That's, I don't know. People that harm people, I don't, intentionally. We have a lot of, people harm people all the time, not necessarily intentionally. But that's, yeah, I know, it's a bike. It's a bicycle. So what? You can get another bike. But can you get another bike? Maybe not. Should you have to get another bike? Absolutely not. Why do you take things that don't belong to you? Go out and earn what you get. Earn it. Oh, what a concept. Oh, you mean I have to work for it? What a concept.
I'll see you later.
Anyway, hopefully somebody out there recognizes the bike or recognizes the area or saw something. Who knows? How we doing, Kev?
Okay, Chris just having some tech glitch at his end. He was in and then he wasn't in. All right.
Well, when he's in, you introduce him and we'll bring him in here. What is it? Also, what is it with the protests? Here's something that kind of irritated me a little bit. We have had 3 now stories show up in local media about developments that are either in the process of being approved or have been approved by their various municipalities. And without fail, people that live in the area are complaining about it. If you go to any political poll across this country, municipally, provincially, federally, anywhere across the country, what is the number 1 issue that you hear? Housing. Housing, housing, housing. Those are the 3 top issues. That's the latest one. Thank you, Kevin. You read my mind. That's the one that just popped up. And that is supposed to be, that's the Wellandale one, is it not?
Yeah, that's one on Wellandale or Ontario and 4th.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a pretty decent look. Now, I don't even know what demographic this particular development is supposed to appeal to. I didn't go that deep into it. All I saw was that, okay, we're at Wellandale in Ontario at 4th Avenue. This is a development that has been approved, and people start pushing back. Well, the traffic's already bad there. What are you going to do? Like, shut up. Housing, housing, housing. Those are the top 3 issues in any community and across the country these days. Housing. That's the latest one that people are pushing back on. Well, traffic's already bad enough, not in my backyard. Shut up. The other one, St. David's Road, North Feulled. 2 lots are being developed there. I don't know, I think it's a 3-story thing, 17 units or something like that. Well, now there's gonna be light pollution. There's gonna be so many headlights around there. For years, we've been able to go to sleep at night without headlights and light pollution. And shut up! I'm sorry. I don't really often go on a rant about political decisions that are made. But housing, housing, housing. Can I say it again? Housing. We know it's an issue. We know it's a problem. We know that we don't have enough of it. We know we don't have enough of it for anybody. We don't have enough of it that people can afford. I don't know whether these are affordable housing complexes or not. That's not really the point. The point is somebody is going to the expense to develop things and put up housing opportunities. And the one that was even older than this is the one at Scott and Geneva in St. Catharines, where that church has been abandoned, that huge piece of property that is, well, it's centrally located, it's right on transit routes. It's in the heart of accessibility for all things required to live your life, and they're going to put, it was clear to put the development in there of units. I can't remember now how many units. My memory is fading because this was a number of weeks ago. And people are, oh, too much traffic. Well, that's where the traffic is supposed to be. They're supposed to be in main arteries like Scott and Geneva and around there. Those streets are going to be forever busy with traffic. Get over it. Housing, housing, housing. Why? When a proposal is put in, something is voted through, there's always a group saying, oh, no, it's right. Everybody, negativity. Why can't we champion something that somebody is doing? Somebody wants to spend money at Wellandale and Ontario Street. Somebody wants to spend money on St. David's Road in Feulled. Somebody wants to spend money to develop Scott Street in Geneva in St. Catharines. Why push back?
You're on. Lee, here's something that I wanted to champion because this fell across my Facebook feed. Is a local guy here in St. Catharines just put out this little post, and he said, took home first place at the Toronto Barber Battle. His name's Chris Pacquin. He's a barber at Blackbeards Barbershop just down the road. I was like, how cool is that? You go into the big smoke, and a guy who's cutting hair just down the road from us here snags first prize. So I said, hey, let's champion this guy.
Do we have him?
Get him on the show, absolutely.
All right, glad. Chris, here's a guy that just won a barber competition. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm fine. Why does somebody that just won a barber competition wearing a hat?
I'm cutting the hair, I'm not really wearing it, you know?
All right. Tell us about the competition. What is it? How is it? How does it come about?
So my competition was a rookie barber battle, and basically they're 30-minute battles. You bring your own model, and you have 30 minutes to complete a finished hairstyle and look. And they based off of overall appearance, how well the haircut's done, and a bunch of stuff like that. And yeah.
How is it? I mean, obviously, right now on the screen is this haircut styling. It's more than a haircut. This hair styling that you did. How do you? I have two questions. How do you decide what you're going to do? What is the difficulty of it, and then how do they decide the winners?
So to answer your first question on how to decide the haircut, I went with like a design that I'm pretty familiar with. It's something I've done a couple times now, so I felt pretty comfortable putting the lines in that order. And they judge based off of the overall appearance of the haircut, so how detailed the hair is, how...
Sorry, I lost your audio there, bud. We clipped out. Pardon the pun.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Can you hear me again?
Yeah, we can hear you again. Sorry, go back to where you've decided on the design, one you're familiar with, and you got the lines down. So pick it up from there.
I think I lost you here.
You got me now?
Well, we're getting a whole tour of the barbershop right now.
We're getting a tour.
So that's Blackbeards. They're right on the corner. We're just down, just east of us here on St. Paul.
Chris Pacquin. All right, we lost him. That's okay. Well, we got a bit of information, and we got to
see if we get him back. I mean, there he is walking around. Hey, Chris, can you hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Stay in one place.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, it connects to my AirPods sometimes. I don't know. Even though they're not in use.
Okay, so then how do they? It's a pretty subjective thing. Who judges this?
There's a panel of celebrity barbers that are on stage that constantly are observing what you're doing and watching, and also towards the end they'll take your model, they'll take photos, give it a 360 look, and it's a bunch of like well-known, respected barbers in the industry and stuff, and they're the ones who typically judge competitions.
So, does this? Do these awards help you in your business? Is this like a community that recognizes this and say, "Hey, this guy's good"? What does this do for you?
Yeah, it definitely helps with recognition and like image and stuff like that. There's lots of content creators as well as product educators, just other barbers and barbershops that go and attend these events. And if they see like a young guy like myself with the talent that I have right now, hopefully they take a look at that. And later down the road, if they see me continuing to improve and stuff, there's lots of opportunities in the industry, such as education or content creation. And those are kind of two of the routes that I'd like to go down eventually. Mm-hmm. And hopefully one day I can be on stage judging haircuts myself.
Tell us about your shop. While you're here, we might as well do some shameless self-promotion. How long have you been in business now in St. Catharines?
The barbershop here has been open, I think, 14 years. I started here in 2020. It's just the three of us right now working hard. Business has been good as always. So no complaints on that end.
Where did you get your training?
So my father was the original owner of Blackbeards Barbershop. So I had him teach me the basics and the understanding of classical barbering. He sold the business off around 2020, I believe. And that's where I gained my knowledge. And after a couple years of working behind the chair, went to cosmetology school and learned how to do the chemical processing and the coloring and all that fun stuff.
And where do you get your inspiration for some of the creative designs that you do, like the one that won this award, the one that we have on the screen right now, fellow with the red hair and etc. Where do you just experiment on heads or what?
So part of it is a little bit of an experimental process. You know, you're not going to be able to do it properly the first time. So, but a lot of inspiration does come from the internet, Instagram, as well as other barber conventions and expos. There's usually lots of cool stuff going on there. and it's nice to kind of take photos and see something you like and try it out when you have the opportunity to try it out, as well as find someone willing enough to, you know, have a red head and a couple lines and some glitter.
Yeah. And you do men's and ladies?
I specialize in just men's hair specifically. I do cut ladies' hair, whether it's short or long, but not many females are super comfortable coming to a barbershop with the image that barbershops, I think, have. So it's mostly men's hair that I do cut. But if there's any ladies that with short hair or that want to, you know, enter a barbershop, they're always more than welcome to come.
Awesome. Blackbeards, Chris Pacquin, congratulations. Another kudo, another award for a great Niagara business. Glad we finally had a chance to have a chat with you today. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Lee. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate the talk and the shout-outs.
Anytime. You take care.
Keep doing what you do.
Okay. Thanks. Always great to see another Niagara business recognized for the expertise and the things that they do. And also great to see a business that is still in business after operating for many years. His dad, as he mentioned, opening the business years ago, and it's just it's not easy to run a business these days. It's not easy to stay in business these days. It's a challenging environment that we live in economically, socially, and otherwise around the world. And here in Niagara is no exception. So it's always wonderful to see these guys and ladies doing well. One more go round here before we bring on a musical guest to play us off the stage today. Gales Gas Bar is fueling this program and fueling Niagara for well over 50 years. Thank you, as always, for anchoring this program for us. Sandra's Home Healthcare, compassionate healthcare, 24/7 if required, matching clients with PSWs so that it's a good fit and everybody has their needs and responsibilities met. Verge Insurance Group, as always, for whatever insurance needs you have, they'll do it for you, get it for you, make sure you've got good value and proper coverage. Ace Alignment, can't say enough about the great family that is behind the Ace Alignment family. North Street, St. Catharines, for all of your automotive needs, preparatory and repair-wise alike. I was searching for that word. Also, so thank you, Ace Alignment. Audrey the Foot Nurse and all the fine folks at Equal Wellness Services, new location 365 Vine Street in a strip mall plaza there in St. Catharines between Scott and Carlton. Kevin, Jack, as always, it's a ride doing this show with you. I enjoy it every other week immensely. And again, thank you for doing what you do to make us look so good.
Thank you, Lee. And I want to let you know, a musical guest coming up here to play us off is a local band, the Naturalites. An official video for a song called Shame on Me out about 6 years ago. But coming up in July 20th, they're going to be performing out at our friends at Bench Brewing Company. They have Hop Stock coming on. There's going to be a lot of microbrews from around Niagara congregated there with a full list of entertainment. And these guys, the Naturalites, will be on the stage from noon until 4 p.m. So Naturalites and Shame on Me coming up in just a second.
Thank you to Mel, our server around Fiddler's Poorhouse today, for working so hard and allowing us to get in her space every couple of weeks. Dave Mukparian, owner and operator of this great establishment at Fiddler's, 149 St. Paul Street. Thanks again for letting us spend some time in your place. It's always a pleasure. My name is Lee Sterry. We'll see you for a Season 5, Episode 15 in a couple of weeks of Niagara 411 Live with Lee Sterry. And here we go. We're going to get played off the stage. Have yourselves a fabulous Canada Day weekend. Stay safe out there.
Say I didn't warn you. There's a Stay